Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to BDATV episode number 5. Demetrio Rosario here, Nicole Thompson of Bachata Dance Academy.
Today we're going to be talking about dance shoes, and we have two places we'd like to share with you on where we get our dance shoes, and also a little tip for everyone on how to kind of do something with your normal shoe, and we'll discuss that towards the end. So stay tuned, there's a cool little hack. So the first one we want to share with you guys is Gfranco dance shoes. Gfranco is an awesome company. They also make really wonderful shoes. They're well made and they're really beautiful. I think of them more of as like a performance or competition level shoe. Doesn't mean you have to perform or compete, but that's the way they're made, is with construction for the performer in mind. So they last a really long time, super durable and really beautiful shoes. They fit nicely, as long as you get the correct shoe size, they won't blister your feet or anything like that. And then they make really cool men's shoes. So most dance companies make only that really common Latin dance shoe for men, and a lot of men don't like them.
Yeah, for me, like my style, especially dancing bachata, I don't really like wearing those like fancy dance shoes. So I like to have like more of a casual feel. So the shoes that I get from Gfranco, if you actually go on their website, again, it's gfrancoshoes.com. We'll put a link and info just so you guys can know where to go. The shoes that I wear, I actually have them here. They're the Phantoms. You can see like they're pretty casual.
They're cool. They look like Aldo shoes.
Yeah, they don't look too like shiny or anything, or like super ballroom, and that's what I like about them. And a lot of our students are actually have the same shoe because they actually enjoy it too, and it's actually comfortable. Yeah. So you can actually be on the dance floor on the rug and you can still get a nice little slide underneath. It doesn't feel just like rubber.
Yeah, so the reason that you want, especially for gentlemen, to wear a dance shoe instead of a street shoe is because when you turn, you don't want that rubber gripping any floor because it's going to tweak your knees. Even if you don't feel it right away, the more you dance, the more you turn and pivot, the more you're going to feel that. And this has a dance shoe bottom. But it's also not suede like women's shoes, because suede you can't wear indoor outdoor, you'll damage your suede. But these are, yeah, indoor outdoor, so you can just like wear them and walk through whatever the sidewalk and then go dance. So it's pretty cool for guys, a lot more low maintenance than women. They don't want to go to the club and change their shoes really. So they're really good looking shoe. For the ladies, Gfranco doesn't have tons and tons of styles, but the styles that they do have are really, really nice. The one that I typically buy and wear is Alien Ramirez's shoe. I think it's just called like the Alien. They're my favorite, but there's a lot of really nice ones. So those are the ones that I would suggest. From everything that I've experienced with Gfranco, you can order your normal street shoe size. That's how I like to order them. So whatever your normal one is, mine's 7.5. I get a 7.5 shoe.
Yeah, same thing for the guys. It's true to your regular street shoes.
Yeah, a lot of students get told from, I don't know where, but they get told to buy a size smaller because they'll stretch. But 99% of the time, then the student just gets blisters and they don't want to wear the shoes because they don't want to wait for it to stretch because it hurts. They do stretch, but not so much. Typically, by the time they are stretched out, they are worn and worn out enough where I would kind of consider buying a new shoe anyways.
Just something for the girls that I get asked, like, is there, I don't know if there's just one option. Sometimes they get like a 3-inch heel, or should they get a 2.5 or 2?
And that's a good question. So heel size doesn't matter in the sense that, there's not a strict heel size or else you're going to be judged. Like, it's whatever you feel comfortable with. If you are, new to dancing in heels and you want to just, ease your way on up, or let's say you're really tall so you don't want to add that height, it's okay to just get an inch and a half, 2 inches. And just, get used to that. If you want to eventually work up to a higher heel, just every time you order your shoe, get another 1/2 inch taller, get used to it, and then, then you can get used to a higher heel and a slimmer heel. When I first started dancing, I got a 2.5, and it took me a while to graduate to 3, and then it took me a while to graduate to 3.5. And I personally will never dance in a 4 because I don't think it's good for your foot, but a lot of people still do. They get the 4 with the stiletto, but I would say right around 3 with a slim heel is when the shoe makes the foot look really beautiful. But don't pressure yourself to wear a 3-inch heel, and then your dancing is suffering because you feel like you're gonna fall. So those are my little tips.
Yeah, so we'll also put on here, remember, it's gfrancoshoes.com. I'll put it here on the screen just so you guys can check it out. One of the owners of gfrancoshoes.com allowed us to have a little discount code for our students. It's not a huge discount or anything, but at least you can save a little bit off the shipping. So I believe it's for orders over $95 or $90. You put in the code Bachata Dance Academy. I'll also put it here so you can see, just so you can save $5 off your purchase. Yeah, so that'll handle some of the shipping. Yeah. And that'll cover the first time, I believe. So it's just like for new customers, if you want to get their shoes again, that code probably won't work. But again, if you want to try out their shoes, use that code, and we hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, Gfranco doesn't have codes or discounts all the time, so yeah, it's not a lot, but it's you're not really ever going to find more of a discount than that because they just don't really do discounts. But again, they're a really nice shoe, and it's going to be really easy to spend $95 with them because I think the Alien model is $110 last I checked, and I think the Phantoms are
The Phantoms
95?
are 95, yeah.
Yeah, so you really only one shoe and you get it off. So if you're gonna buy from Gfranco, just use the code so that you can get why not get a discount?
Yeah, take advantage of whenever you can, whenever you see this video. If you are thinking about shoes, get them right away. We don't know how long that code will last, but
yeah.
Hopefully they'll keep extending it. But try it out while you're purchasing the shoes, and it should work for now.
Okay, so the next one is Very Fine Dance Shoes. So Very Fine is really well-known company, at least in California. I don't know about all over the US, but they're a huge dance company and they have a warehouse here really close to in LA. I don't remember the exact city, I always forget, but they have an in-person store that's really awesome and you can try on any of their shoes. They're not as easy to buy online from, but you can still get Amazon has some Very Fine brand, so you just
we'll also put the link here for the veryfineshoes.com just so you guys can take a look at their
so you can see the model numbers and then write the model number down and then order it. So they can be a little trickier to order from online, but you can do it. Find the model that you like and then find the Google search it. They are also very true to size in my opinion. So what I mean by that is whatever, like I said earlier in the video, whatever your street shoe size is, I would get the same shoe size in your salsa or whatever Latin dance shoe. That way you don't get blistering or your toes don't pop out funny and stuff like that. And I obviously have not tried the men's shoes, but I would think they're the same.
For the men's shoes, again, if you saw the previous part of this video, I prefer more casual shoes. They don't offer so many casual shoes. It's more like ballroom style, a little bit more fancier. So if you're a performer, those shoes I have worn for performances and they're amazing. So if you want a little bit more classier style, more ballroom, a little bit more fancy, I'd also recommend Very Fine shoes. Yeah.
Yeah. The difference I'd say between Very Fine and Gfranco is Very Fine to me is more like a really good social dancing shoe. They have some good shoes that I would use for performances here and there, but all in all, the padding in the shoe deteriorates faster than, let's say, Gfranco or a little higher end shoe. The straps start to deteriorate a little faster. Some of the decorations, like if it's a certain faux leather or it's got this shine, can kind of peel off fast and stuff like that, just in general.
And again, that's for any shoes, by the way. Make sure that you try to take care of your shoes regardless of wherever you get it from. So sometimes these shoes, they come in a shoe bag as soon as you purchase them. So when you go dancing, like come with your tennis shoes and then put your shoes on at the dance floor. Sorry, wherever you're dancing, and then before you leave, before you go outside, put the shoes back in the dance shoes and go back to your regular shoes. Like even these, like the Gfrancos that I showed, or my other shoes, I'm a little lazy. I'm Dominican style. I'm just gonna wear this outside. So I literally wear my dance shoes on the street anywhere I go. Like if I'm gonna go dancing. So
but if
it's still last a while, but I mean, they can last longer if you actually take care of them.
If you have a suede bottom shoe, you definitely never ever want to go outside in them. The Gfrancos don't have a suede bottom. They have a dance shoe, like dance rubber bottom. So it's okay. But like you said, it will last longer if you don't, because you don't like asphalt and stuff. It has a rough texture. It's almost like sandpaper, just like ripping at the soles of the shoes. Yeah, so, and ladies, so very fine. It's not like they're bad shoes, but I would just say, you know, they're a good shoe, and Gfranco's just like a notch above. But they're not a, you know, bad shoe by any means. I own many pairs of very fine, and they're kind of my go-to shoe because they're significantly cheaper. So if you are just social dancing or you're going through shoes really fast, because I teach with him 4 to 5 days a week, I go through shoes really fast. So I buy a lot of very fine, and then when I perform, I typically wear my Gfrancos. But yeah, still a really great shoe. Still highly recommend them. If you're new to Latin dancing, I would recommend going very fine, because there's no point in spending, you know, $100 and something on a shoe when you're not really sure what you like in a shoe. Like different straps sometimes will bother people, whether there's a lot of straps or just a few, or how the ankle's wrapped. You don't want to spend a bunch of money on a shoe that you don't like the way that it's supporting your foot or your ankle. So buy a little less expensive shoe, figure out what you do and do not like, and then invest a little bit more money. That's at least my opinion on very fine. Yeah, so I highly recommend you, you know, try out those little tips, and hopefully you find a shoe you love.
Yeah, so that's very fine dance shoes. Again, we'll put the link here. Even before now, I'll put a little tidbits of the website so you guys can actually check it out. And hope you guys enjoy those shoes. Our closets are full of very fine and Gfranco shoes for those first two options. Here we go, guys. Number 3, this isn't really a place. This is kind of like a little bit of a bonus of what you can do to your common regular street shoes. This is what we tell our students to do. It's kind of like a little bit of a hack. So what you can do if you have like Nikes, Adidas, Pumas, any regular shoe that you have that's super comfortable and that you enjoy and love to wear, you can put suede on the bottom of your shoes, yeah? So what I like to do is I go on google.com and then I just type shoe repair, places near me, and then you look at the top 3 and you can call each individual one and see which one offers you a better deal. Sometimes they'll give it to you for like $20 for a pair of shoes, sometimes $35, depending on where you are. Yeah. So what they do, I have like a pair of Converse that we have that we did for a performance. So just like, again, a regular street shoe, and they put suede on the bottom. It's a little dirty because we performed a lot already. Yeah. So again, they just put a suede throughout the whole thing. Usually you can go like on Amazon and get like just for this part of the bottom. I don't like doing that. I just like getting the whole thing suede. You can do this to Converse, again, Nike shoes, regular tennis shoes, whatever's comfortable for you. This is amazing if you actually like go to a lot of classes, so you don't have to keep putting on heels, or guys changing shoes, whatever, and you just still look casual but nice. And just put suede on the bottom.
Yeah, sometimes if they're really experienced with doing this, because they've done it a lot, they might even offer jazz rubber, which is really similar to the Gfranco ones. It's really smooth rubber that has like zero friction. I mean, not zero, but way less friction than a normal tennis shoe. So that's what you want. And then that would be a little bit better to actually walk outside and back in, because it's rubber. I mean, it's like soft, delicate rubber, so you don't really want to do that. But it's cheaper than buying a dance shoe, but I think the reason people really like it is not because it's cheaper, it's because they can wear a shoe that they like.
And it's comfortable.
It's comfortable, and they can dance in it without hurting themselves, versus trying to buy a style that they don't really like. So, and then same thing with girls. More and more girls are wanting to wear just our normal shoes and not wanting to wear high heels, and they can't really turn in a normal shoe, or if they wear little flats and their feet are coming out. So another thing that you can do, just to expand on that, is this is a full shoe. Again, it's a little dirty because he performed in it, but this is the full shoe. Normally, you know, you have that Converse texture in the bottom, but you can get a half shoe, so they just do the ball of the foot, and you can leave this alone, so you still can have traction and like stop when you want to stop. Sometimes a full foot might be a little slippery. So you can try a partial foot.
Yeah, so for these, I mean, they did it brown. You can also tell them if they have a black if you just want the whole thing. So depending on your shoes, if you have black shoes, you can also get a black suede just so it doesn't take away when you lift your foot. They're going to see the bottom. But again, different places will have different styles on how they do that. But same thing like we mentioned on the other ones, really take care of your shoes. Again, I'm super lazy. My street shoes that I wear, what I did is like I have like, say for example, I have 2 Nikes that I wear. I have my Nikes that I go anywhere. If I know I'm not going to dance or anything, I just travel and step with those, yeah. But I also, when I'm going dancing, I still keep my shoes on. So as soon as I leave the house, I go out with these or whatever, not these exactly ones, but with my Nikes, and I wear those everywhere. So if I'm just like at the grocery store, I want to do like 50 spins, I'm good to go out in my Nikes or whatever.
He really does do that.
But again, I just don't like taking off my shoes and putting them on, taking them off. It's just my style. And then even with me doing that, they still last a long time, yeah? So again, you can still take care of your shoes if you still want to have that second pair. Take it off, put it in your shoe bag, and then put your other shoes on. You can also do it that way.
Yeah, and then this is back on Gfranco, which I forgot to say in the Gfranco part, so we're skipping around. But the Gfranco just came out with a girl's shoe that looks like a tennis shoe. It looks like a little Nike, but I think it's got some sparkly something. Not too much sparkle, just a little. It looks very dancey with a white sole, and they're pretty cool. And they have dance rubber. So that you can definitely, like, no shame, wear in and out of the dance, on the dance floor and off. And those are cool. I'm definitely going to get those. So they're coming up with more and more girl flats because not all girls want to wear heels. Okay, and then just a little final tip, because I get asked this a lot, is on suede bottom shoes. When you dance in them a lot, especially if it's like a club versus a studio. Clubs typically have a dirtier dance floor. Studios typically are cleaner because they're really expensive flooring and they don't have like drinks and foods and stuff from whatever restaurants and street shoes coming in. The suede will start to get really dark. Could I see that shoe again? Mm-hmm. So you'll start to see this is like not even bad at all. Sometimes it can get so like, okay, so if I bring this close, I don't even know if you could see the texture, but there's texture in the suede, like a normal suede texture. When they get really dirty, especially if they get any moisture, they'll turn dark and they'll get really glossy, like high shine, and they become incredibly slippery. Sometimes to a fault where, you feel like you don't have control. So you want to get a shoe brush. You could get a Gfranco, you get it very fine. You can just get it on Amazon. They're between $5 and $10, and they look kind of like a big, weird wooden toothbrush with metal teeth. And you just take it and kind of brush the shoe brush. And what it does is it kind of like, takes the dirt and crud out of the suede and kind of roughs it back up again so that you have traction enough so you're not slipping all over the place, but it's good for your knees. So every once in a while when your suede gets dirty, don't do it too often because you want to keep your suede, like it really eats up the suede. So you just don't want to do it so much where you're taking part of the dance shoe, but take out the dirt every once in a while when it gets that high shine, overly slippery bit. So that's my little tip on that. Also be careful because I've actually made myself bleed. They're very sharp, so be careful.
I guess one little thing for the guys or for the girls, usually the shoes that you get, sometimes they're going to have some white in it. And then the older they get, the more it's going to look nasty.
Dingy?
Yeah, you can go again on Amazon. Usually when I go to the mall, they have little stands where they share like shoe cleaning.
Or a magic eraser.
Bottles that you can use like a magic eraser or shoe cleaning supplies. It's usually like $5 to $10. And they just give you like a solution that you put on this and then you just brush it out. And it cleans it super fast in like 2 minutes. So you don't have to be like, oh, my shoes are getting old and I need to get a new pair. That thing makes it look like almost brand new again when you clean your shoes, especially if they're white. Yeah. And there's sometimes they give you like a brush even to clean the shoe itself. So it'll make your shoes just last longer if that helps as well. Again, so those are our 3 places or 3 things to do your shoes. We hope you guys enjoyed that. Remember, number 1 was gfrancoshoes.com. Our second one was veryfineshoes.com. Again, we'll put the website and the links here. And then number 3, just a little bonus hack, what you can do to your regular shoes if you want to turn them into dance shoes or have 2 pairs, one dance shoe and one not. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and this helps. Comment below what type of shoes you wear, and if you liked any of these 3 that we gave, or if this video even helped at all. Comment below and like this video. Please subscribe. We love you guys. See you guys in the next episode.